porch and don't move. And she did. And I come around the back and Mom's just sitting there.
Hey Dave, how come you didn't get videotaped?
What's wrong?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome, family and friends, to Kevin and Lauren's wedding day celebration. I'd like to offer a special welcome to all of you that traveled out of state and from another country. Sarah, thank you very much for attending. I'd also like to add a very special welcome to Ann and her friend, Mary Ann, for attending. Ann is a dear friend, and Mary and I are delighted to have her here at almost 95 years old. I'd like to thank the kids' grandparents, Papa and Nana Mott and Nana Kelly. Thanks for all that you do. I'd like to thank Dave and Debbie Kelly for providing for this celebration. Mary and I have spent a lot of time with Dave and Debbie over the years while the kids were dating. We've had a lot of fun together and enjoy their friendship and look forward to the coming years with them. I'd like to particularly thank the Kellys for their hard work on the beautiful favors you see in front of you. It was often I would be at their house looking at all the corks to be cut and the jam to finally solidify on the stove. Being the businessman I am, I would be thinking to myself, there has to be a better way than to cut each stinking cork. There isn't. They finished them last week and they're wonderful. The new Mrs. Mott. There we go. Lauren worked for me last summer, and I learned so much about her during those months. I learned that she is time conscious and a quick study. She is not afraid to tackle any problem. She's a hard worker, honest, and kind to others. Certainly what I would look for in an employee, but more importantly in a daughter-in-law. What I also learned is that she's very caring, considerate, and humble, and of course, beautiful.
Woo!
Kevin is lucky to have her. Mary and I welcome Lauren into the Mott family, and we look forward to the coming years with her. She is very special to us. Now Kevin, a.k.a. Kevy, Kevmo, Kevin number 2 now. Number 1. Sorry, Kevin Long. Also known as the Kevster or Ken. Kevin entered the world in a flash. I remember being in the delivery room looking around for a catcher's glove because the doctor didn't seem to be ready at the time. At 3 months old, he was already 24 pounds. The wonders of breast milk. Anyway, I remember building our house out in the country and watching him enjoy all that a country lifestyle has to offer a child. He was only 3 when we moved in. Kevin was always a happy boy, always smiling. At 7, he was awarded Student of the Year at Dry Creek Elementary. His outgoing, gentle spirit certainly must have played a part in that award. I remember watching him ride motorcycles on our property, honing his riding skills to the point where he conquered Killer Hill just down the road at Hollister Hills Off-Road Park. I remember the junior high and high school days where Kevin was playing water polo for Alta Sierra and Buchanan High. Mary and I traveled up and down the state for years. It seemed like every other weekend. Looking back, that was a fun time. I remember the joy he had learning to snow ski. He has become a very talented skier. It really is something to trying to keep up with him on the slopes. Both of them, actually. It really can scare the life out of you, so I just don't try anymore. Kevin has always done things his way and on his time schedule, which was usually contrary to what Mary and I would do. Big surprise. But we learned to understand and see that it worked successfully for him. Mary and I are so proud of Kevin as he continues to accomplish his goals in his life, including his recent graduation at Cal State Fullerton last month. He earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in graphic design. Kevin is so very special to us. Today I'm the proud father of the Groom. Kevin is setting out on a great adventure with the love of his life. This day marks the beginning of that adventure for Kevin and Lauren. Today is very easy for both of you, and it is hard to imagine, but sometimes life will get busy and difficult, and you can get distracted from what is really important. Make sure you love each other at all times and remain best friends. Hold hands, and the life you travel through will be glorious. Family and friends, if you would please raise your glasses and toast to a lifetime of love, happiness, good health, and prosperity for Kevin and Lauren.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. And now, everyone, for the maid of honor, let's give it up to Sam.
There you go, Bonnie.
Before I start, I'd like to say, Lauren, you look absolutely beautiful. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam, and for those of you who do, you are truly blessed. Lauren and I first met at Fullerton. We played soccer together, and I'd like to share a little funny story. So, I didn't like Lauren at first. At soccer practice, we'd be practicing and she'd be above the track by a tree watching us practice, and our coach never let us know she's going to be on our team. And so we were always wondering, who's the girl sitting by the tree watching us practice? We find out it's Lauren, our soon-to-be teammate. And being a defender that I was, I didn't like her because she was going to be my competitor because she was really good. And then I started to talk to her, and we had plenty of dinners together, and we became really close friends. And I am truly blessed to be able to call her my best friend. I just want to say, you are truly the best friend a girl could ever ask for. You have always been there for me, and I will always be there for you. I know God crossed our paths for a reason, and I will forever be grateful. I do not know where I'd be without my best friend, but I do know that standing here today on your wedding day is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Kevin, I am so glad Lauren found the man of her dreams, and you truly make her happy. I am sure, and I can speak for everyone in this room, we thank you for that. One small piece of advice I have for you is to keep the house stocked with wine, champagne, and orange juice, and candy. I found an excerpt I'd like to read to you guys. It's from Blessings of a Man. Let your love be stronger than your rage and anger. Let you learn to compromise, because it is better to bend a little than to break. You may need one another, but not out of weakness. May you want one another, but not out of lack. May you embrace one another, but not smother one another. May you both succeed in your personal goals and celebrate with one another, and not fail in the little graces. Often say I love you and take no notice of small faults. May all your faults be, or may all your ups and downs be only in the bedroom. May you... May you both have happiness, and may you find that happiness by making one another happy. May you both have love, and may you both find that love by loving one another. Everyone, I'd like you to raise your glasses. Here's to Mr. and Mrs. Mott. Cheers to your life, your love, everything is
Folks, let's hear it. And let's keep going. Who was that? Gary.
Go good. Woo!
So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Garrett Mott. I'm Kevin's brother. Normally, a best man's speech is a roast and toast, right? You can't roast and toast a beautiful bride like Lauren. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman, which is why Sam can do that. But a man usually can, to the groom. So usually it goes out, it begins something like this, right, with a vulgar joke. There are 3 rings. There's the engagement ring, there's the wedding ring, and there's the sucker ring. That's usually how they begin, right? And then we tell a story, usually about my relationship with my brother, and then it ends with another joke. Something like, it's been an emotional day, even the cake is in tears. But this speech is not going to be like that. And that's for a simple reason. Most best men don't have the relationship I have with my brother. For it's said, all childhood is the most beautiful of all life's seasons. And I had a remarkable childhood with my brother. Sure, I was an antagonizer at times, as my parents well know, and I can give you a good story of that. On one occasion, I had a shiny new Matchbox toy. You know, one of those nice little cars. It was green, beautiful. He took it from me. And when he took it from me, I called him a bad name. He ran to Mom and he said, "Garrett called me a bad name." Mom was probably thinking to herself, I've got a 4-year-old who knows a 4-letter word. But as some of you may know, my family is quite conservative, so I didn't use a 4-letter word. Instead, I used something else that I thought was particularly negative at the time. That I heard my parents talking about when they were listening to the news. What Kevin really said to Mom was, "Garrett called me a liberal." I bet Mom and Dad laughed it off after hours. As we grew up, I recognized 3 important traits, masculine traits about my brother, that make him who he is today. The first is creativity. I'm sure you all know, but Kevin, he recently just graduated, and he's an excellent, superb artist. He's a graphic designer. I don't know if any of you have ever seen any of his work, but it's very beautiful. Oh, he did? Yes, he did. He made the invitations that you all have seen. So, one of the most important things that I recognized very early on about him is that I got none of that. My parents must have had a little bit of creativity in them because they all gave it to him, and I came up with nothing. In fact, when I was in high school, I don't know if all of you know, but you need to take an art class. And so one of the classes I had to take was drawing. And I tried to draw, and the teacher in summer school had to take me out of summer school because I wasn't good enough. So I had to go into photo instead because I couldn't draw. He got it all, and he's a superb artist, an excellent person. Another one of the traits that I'm so fond of about my brother, that he is bravery. When I was growing up, as many of you probably know, having with first children, the first children is often coddled. I still remember a story my mom tells where I fell in the mud and she immediately picked me up and washed me off, made sure that I was really nice and clean. If Kevin fell in the mud, I'd be like, it's okay. No big deal. He can get up. But you know what? It's that spirit, that courage, and that bravery that he had that translated into his athleticism and his determination. When we were first growing up, we used to motorcycle ride together, we played water polo, we shot guns together, and he was always better at me in everything. And the reason is because he had that courage, the determination to be able to do these things that I couldn't do. Because I was afraid. Being the firstborn, firstborn's always afraid. So I chose to do something conservative and go into law, and he chose something not so conservative and go into art. And it's one of the treasured things I like about him. Even though we are so different, we're actually very similar. And the last and most important is determination. I'm sure you probably haven't seen him with his shirt off, but this guy's got guns. We're talking big guns. I'm not like that. And the reason is because Kevin has a sheer amount of determination that makes him special. Along with bravery, he has, since we've been young, always been determined to find something else and to do very well at what he does. Even when he's not doing something that I like. I'd like to make a few comments too about Lauren. In our society today, people don't get married young anymore. And I find that it's very important, and I find that it's very Christian that she was able to find someone like my brother, and that he was able to find someone like her at such a young age. To be able to start a family, and be able to start a good life together, very young. If you could all please raise your glasses. Today marks a day you'll never forget. It's marked with tears and smiles, but not an ounce of regret. Though no journey is perfect, never allow unhappiness to breed. Always have faith in each other, because it's the only love you'll ever need. To you both.
Cheers, guys.